Hello, Saints of James. I wanted to give you an update on my medical condition. I was at Duke Medical Center yesterday, which was July 31st, and I had a CT scan of my lungs and a lung function test, and then met with the pulmonologist, and all the news was very good. She showed us the CT scan from January when I first went down to Duke to yesterday, and the improvement in the inflammation of the capillaries in my lungs was incredible. There are just a few little spots of inflammation left now, and it was quite a contrast to what I had in January. So that's very good news. That means the medication that I'm taking is working very well. I have been off my oxygen for about a month, and I'm still able to function very well. I've got my energy back. I'm walking an average 8,000 steps a day outside in the neighborhood, and so that was very good news. The pulmonologist was very pleased, and I did very well on my walking test, my 6-minute walking test. So while I will stay on some of my medications to help continue to reduce the inflammation in my lungs, that is mostly to make sure I don't have any remission. So I consider myself well in many ways. I still do have to be careful, as all of you do, about COVID and infections because of my immune compromising medications, but I think that the protocol is the same as all of you all are following. So I'm very, very grateful and thankful for that good news. It's been a long journey, but it's also been a very good spiritual journey, been bolstered by your prayers and your continued support and acts of kindness, and I will always be very grateful for that. I'm reading a book called Mystical Hope, Trusting in the Mercy of God. And it's a deep and a rich book, but it does, I think, speak to our times very well. The author, Cynthia Bourgeault, says that hope is more than just wishing for a good outcome, that hope is really residing in the presence of God, and that God is with us at all times and in all places, even within us. And so to be really focused on the present is what brings us the most hope and a connection with God that also shares God's mercy and love. She has a passage I want to read. She says that to really understand hope and mercy is to abide in the state of being in God's presence. That we often lose sight of that, but it is our responsibility as stewards of creation to develop a consciousness and a permanent connection to this wellspring, which is God. So I know that that has been sustaining for me through my medical journey of the last 7 or 8 months, was dwelling in the presence of God and being connected to that wellspring of peace and calm, and being certain that God was with me and caring for me in whatever situation should come up. And I hope that that's a message that you can also hold on to in this COVID time when we cannot be gathering together as our faith community. It's a great loss, and I know that we all grieve that. while at the same time we want to be safe and protect everybody. So, to have some encouragement that we are all, wherever we are, dwelling in God, and that God is with us and God will be with us and see us through this pandemic time and bring us in the fullness of time back together as the community of faith. That is the message of hope and mercy and grace that I want to leave with you today. And it's one that I think we all need to remind each other about. But encouraging each other on the journey is possible, even if we're physically distanced. I hope that you will be reaching out to others. The vestry and I are looking at what it means long term to stay together as the community of St. James, even if we're not able to physically gather, or only some of us can gather physically. But God is always with us, and that is the main goal that we need to hold on to, that we really are not alone. We are the body of Christ. We are connected, and we will continue to be connected through our faith and through God's love. So on this day, August 1st, I give thanks for God's healing presence, for your part in my healing and your graciousness. And I continue to keep you in my prayers, knowing that God is with you on good days and bad days, and that weeping may last for the night, but joy comes in the morning. God bless you all, and take care. Be safe. Bye-bye.